welcome to episode 3 of the Oort Online World Builder tutorial. My eyes are killing me. I've left you on episode 2 where we were figuring out if I could make the rocks look like the sample image that we see here. Turns out after 5 hours I can't. So the next best thing I've got is just standing up rocks. Just every now and again. I mean, they're even floating. I had to use the 3D world, so that's how you would build floating islands and stuff like that. As you can see here, 3D land. I've got some remap noise on it, some fractal noise, and some Poland noise, etc., etc., etc. But yes, this, like I said before in the first episode, this is the most frustrating thing you probably will ever do. And yeah, that was frustrating. So I'm just going to make do with that. It's nowhere near like the sample image, but we're going to make do with it because I don't know how you would do that. I have no idea. No idea. So, but it's close enough. I mean, whatever. It's inspiration. It's not supposed to be remaking. So, yeah. Now we're going to do caves. So this episode is going to be all about caves. Caves are basically like the 3D world, but inside, they're upside down. They do the opposite of what the 3D worlds do. So what you need to do is now you can set the cave system for each biome, right? Or you can set a cave system for the whole world. So if you can't be bothered doing a cave system for each biome, you can do that. I usually set each biome with a different cave. So let's gonna do that now. Let's do that now. So let me just grab some noise. Let's just go with Wally. And we're gonna add that to cave. Now we're gonna close that off and we're gonna open up our caves. Now this is what it's gonna look like in a second when I just add a component. There you go. So see the big blue purple things? That's your caves. So these are more like globes at the moment. So that's kind of cool. That's yeah, funky. But what I want to do is change that up. Now with each noise you get different stuff, and I still don't know what different caves do. But you can change your cave bias there. So this is how often you want caves to appear. If you don't want them to appear that much, you get rid of them. See how they're all slowly disappearing. You've got to fine-tune that to where you're comfortable with. So that will be a lot of caves. But look, they're not bad caves at the same time. They could be kind of cool. What I'm going to do is add a ton of... Oh, whoops, that was totally the wrong thing. That was... I'm going to have to play with those 3D world things again. Yay! If you're still working on the world builder, congratulations. Sometimes you will want to give up and rage quit, and I have many times. Okay, so let's play with this. I wanna change that up. I want to change that up. So I want big caves, big long caves, but I don't want them to be massive drops. So therefore, I would change the XZ, which is your horizontal, and your XZ, which is your horizontal, and then you've got your vertical, which is Y. Sorry. So I don't want big drops. So if I change my frequency to Y, see how they get smaller, but lots more of them at this height. So this one's kind of attached. This one here, that kind of works with itself. That's not looking too bad. I'd be happy with those caves. What if I add a little bit more? Yep, okay. I'm going to keep playing with it until I think it's good. What's all this stuff down here? I'll never know, probably. That's a lot of caves, Jesus. How's that? How do I do that? That's not too bad. We've got lots of small caves and a few big ones. I just want to probably just try and reduce it a little bit. Reduce that power a little bit. You know what? I'd be happy with that. That's lots of big caves, some small caves there. So let's click out of that. Now what you would do is you'd go into your deposited world, and you should be able to see those caves now from the side. So if I come out here, there we go. So see, we've got caves in there now. That's a huge cave. These are going to be huge cave systems. That's okay. Now you can play around with lots of different things. One of the things I did for vehicle in the abandoned ruins biome is I played around with the cell noises. So basically to do that you would get a cell distance or sample mix. You choose your cell noise, which is one of these two, and they're more square. They're not as random. So they can become really handy if you wanted to make like grid-like layouts, and that's what I did in that abandoned ruins. The caves there are actually very grid-like, almost like they used to be a city, which was the point of that. So there we go. So there we've got our caves. So now we should put something in our caves. Because this is pretty plain biome, there's not much to do in it. I'm thinking maybe we could add some maybe some crystals in there somewhere. So what you would do to do that is we'll move this off to the side. Let's go with so you can do it two ways. You can do it with the strata. You could add crystals in there. We could also do it with, where's our substrate? Now substrate could place crystals on the cave floors. So I'm just going to quickly tidy this up. Just go auto layout. Sorry. Auto layout, there we go. That's needed now. And where's our... There's our substrate. Okay, so we're going to caves. Okay, we want to have some crystal. Oh, actually, dirt does look good down there. Should we have some dirt? We could have some dirt there. That could look kind of good. No, we're gonna stick with crystal. That's what we're gonna do. So then you would go add some noise. So I'm gonna add some Perlin noise. Change that frequency to whatever, max gradient. So we don't want it. We just want it on the flat parts, yeah? That's where you change gradient. There we go. So now there's not much there. See, it's only on flat parts you get crystal. And you'll see little bits of it around there. Might just add a little more to the gradient. Average depth, we don't want big, huge amounts of crystal. So we're going to make that 1. And we're going to change the noise scale so to make it really noisy. So there you go. There's now crystal in our caves. They'll brighten them right up. So these caves are going to be very, very bright. And yeah, that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm going to move on. Now, that's basically the cave system's done. You could add things like long grass. You want to be careful with long grass. One of the things I did with the vehicle accidentally was added long grass as a substrate. And, sorry, not as a substrate, as a strata. And the world exploded if you've seen my videos on that. Wasn't fun. So, yeah, so you just want to be careful with that. I mean, keep playing around. So let's have a look at how our final world is looking right now. And one of the really cool things you can do with the world builder is actually go into fly mode. So I'll do that now. And you can actually fly around as if you were flying around. So you can see how we've got little clusters of flowers, we've got our cave systems there. I mean, you could even go into your cave systems and see if they're attached to another one. Follow them around. There we go. There we go. Oh, whoops. Clicked off it. Let me get that back open. So yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that. It's a pretty plain biome, but we said that at the start that it would be. So that's not bad. I'm happy with that. Let's move on. We shall start on... What should we do next? Could add some, no, we can't add some trees. Could add some lakes, no. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that rock lanes for now anyway. It's pretty simple, but I'm happy with it. Let's have a look at another biome. So we've got, maybe we can do this one in the background, which is icy mountains. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the icy mountains. So you do the same thing again. I'm just going to put the camera on pause while I build this biome. You've already seen how to build a biome. You don't need to see it again, so we shall be back with you in a second. Hi guys, we're back. Now I have just built the Icy Mountains biome. I think I've got the same kind of thing in Vehicle, but let's have a look at it. What I've done is basically, I haven't added anything underneath yet. We can do that. I mean, what I'm actually going to do is leave this file for you guys to play around with and edit and have a look at what we've done throughout the tutorials. I will definitely probably not finish this world, so you feel free to work on whatever I've done from this. But yeah, basically you can see what I've got is, I looked on here and I can see just ice just on the top of the mountains. Now there isn't snow in the world builder yet. In Oort Online, when you're actually playing, the stuff that looks like snow is actually wool. If you press the full stop to have a look at what you're looking at, in the debug menu, you can actually see that it's wool. So I wasn't keen on putting wool in the world, just in case, you know, just in case. So what I've done is I've made the icy biome, so there's ice kind of everywhere on here. But then you've got grass at the bottom, covered in ice. And then it's granite underneath the ice, so granite is like a white stone. You'll have seen heaps in the game. So that'll make the hills look whiter and more snowy and wintry. So yeah, that's basically done. So now what we're going to do in the next episode is show you how to merge worlds and biomes and that kind of thing. So I will see you next episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, bye.